so many companies here at the A+A, traditional companies who've been around for a long time, and companies like this one, Universal Robots, who've been around since 2008 with great ideas. Mr. Janse, maybe you can tell me a bit more about the history of the company.
Yes, of course. So our company is started in Denmark with a few students who had this great idea of making a robot accessible to anyone. And so their philosophy was, let's make a robot which is really safe to work with and automates the jobs, also in smaller companies. And that way making able to get really the innovation and the creativity in front, which the people have, the workers. And yeah, that way you can have good accessibility to automation for everyone.
Let's focus on safety. We're at the A+A, so you brought an innovative robot people can use in the automotive industry. What exactly can it do?
So it's a great question, because why we designed the robots is for the 4Ds, which is dangerous, dull, difficult and dirty jobs, and to help people by doing that, so to automate exactly those. So we want the people to do what they're really good at, and out of those 4 jobs that they don't really want to do, that we can automate that. And one of the examples we have is one which is used in the automotive industry. We have an example here where it was a panel glued to a door, and by a small roller the operator had to roll with putting a certain amount of pressure and twisting his wrist all the time. And by doing this, yeah, after a few days you get problems with your wrist. So for example, if you put your fingers in between, nothing happens. If you touch it, the robot, the movement, if it touches somebody, it stops. So it's a really safe application.
Same applies to the packaging cobot that you have brought. Well, it's not packaging, but it's picking up the packages. Tell me a bit about that one.
Yeah, our palletizing robot. Palletizing is something you see in almost every company. It's boxes, putting boxes on a pallet, and because you start from the bottom up, it's something which is not good for your back to do. So again, after this repeatable job, you get problems with your back. And we can automate this by our robots, and because it's usually at the end of production line, you have very small space of footprint, so you needed a robot which could work in between the people, and that's why it needed to be collaborative. And with our safe robots, you can implement it, and even because you can put a robot on a trolley, you can roll it around through different packaging line, and that way it's very flexible to implement.